The question is Jalen Brunson a superstar? And obviously that's a subjective question. And obviously the reason why it's subjective is because of the definition of superstar is different for everyone. Here's my definition of what a superstar is. A superstar is a player that is viewed as somebody that can not only change the fortunes of a team, but can bring you from one category to another. And what I mean by that is when you look at there aren't too many superstars in the league. There are several really good players, but there aren't too many superstars. In my opinion, a superstar, if you have a superstar on your team, I think you're looked at as a team that could compete for a championship. Which is why a lot of people have yet to give up on the Golden State. Hell, and I'm one of those people, so I'm not just going to single anybody out. I haven't given up on Golden State yet because they have a superstar in Steph Curry. This is why a lot of people have not given up on the Lakers because they have a superstar in LeBron James. Kevin Durant is a superstar. Giannis is a superstar. Nikola Jokic is a superstar. Which I talked about this last episode, which is why his legacy is taking such a hit. But Joel Embiid is a superstar. Luka Doncic is a superstar. These players are supremely talented, and you think that if you have a good shot of I'm not going to necessarily say win a championship, but make a deep playoff run because you have these players. And when you look at how Jalen Brunson has been playing in these playoffs, even if you look back last season when he played the Cavaliers in the playoffs, and you look at the duration of how this season went, I think Jalen Brunson, if he's not a superstar, he's as close to one as you're going to get. But I would say he's a superstar because I look at this Knicks team, as much as hard as they play, as good as Josh Hart's been for this team, as good as Dante DiVincenzo's been for this team, as good as Mitchell Robinson when healthy has been for this team, as good as McBride has been for this team, as good as all these players have been. I look at this Knicks team and there's no way they would be not even let alone the second round. They wouldn't be in the playoffs if it wasn't for the play of Jalen Brunson. And on top of that, they wouldn't be in the playoffs. They wouldn't have seen the second round, and they wouldn't be up 1-0 if it wasn't for Jalen Brunson. I'm not saying that superstars aren't flawless. I mean, hell, most of the superstars I just named are not playing anymore, i.e. Kevin Durant, LeBron, Giannis. But I do think that Jalen Brunson has earned his way into that superstar class. And I think as much as I think the hard, and I may have this conversation probably sometime later, but I think the hardest person to, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it in a later episode. I think the Knicks are going to win the series against the Pacers. I think what hurts the Pacers is kind of the same thing that hurt the Nuggets. You played a team in the Bucks that weren't fully healthy, and now you're playing against a team outside, even though they don't have Julius Randle, you're playing against a playoff team. And I don't think the Bucks are a playoff team without Giannis, and definitely not without Dame as well. So now you're seeing, oh, shit, this is a playoff team. So a lot of the things that you're allowed to get away with, you aren't. And I could go in depth about the whole calls that were at the end of the games. I do think there were bad calls that went against the Pacers. whether that was the kickball that clearly wasn't a kickball or a moving screen that is tough. Some people say he was moving. Some people say he wasn't. I just think it was a tough call, especially at that time. But I am always under the impression, and I'm always going to live by, if the reason why you lost is because of a ref call, that means that you did not put yourself in the best position to win. So, but yeah, the Knicks are being led by a superstar right now, and that is Jalen Brunson. I could be wrong. Some people can say he's a superstar. Some people can say he's not. It's up to y'all. But for me, when I think about superstars, I think about if you're the best player on the team, are you a championship caliber team? Are you a deep playoff run caliber team? And Jalen Brunson, at least this year, has played himself into that category. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.